Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing some 3x3 F2L walkthrough solves at an intermediate-ish level. If you haven't checked out my F2L video where it's a complete comprehensive guide of every F2L case, do check that out up here. Also, before I begin, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. I've officially hit 800 subscribers, so yay. So quick announcement regarding that 800 subscriber milestone. I'm going to be doing a Q&A with all of you guys. So I'm going to be posting on my Instagram as well as a post on the YouTube community page where I ask you to send in your questions, and then I'll do a little Q&A for you guys and maybe a little something else in there too. You will find out, so stay tuned for that. So the way this video will work is I'm going to do 5 example solves. You'll have the scrambles on screen as well as in the description below so you can follow along. Let's get into this. Okay, so this is the first scramble, and what I see here is, well, it's not a great cross to begin with, but it's not terrible either. So what I probably do is solve this blue and orange part first, something with like U, F, L, F to solve that, but instead of the last F, I'm going to do another U. So U, F, L, U, F, R prime, and then U prime B2 to solve that. There's probably a quicker way to do this, but for some reason I'm unable to see it. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do, so let me just start with that. And I'll probably do it from this angle. So instead of the F's, it's all going to be L's and B's. So U, L, B, U, L, F prime, U prime, R2. And that actually preserved this pair. I was going to say I want to track a pair, but I guess it just preserved it. So this is just the simplest case, case 1, just insert that. Then I see this pair immediately. So ideally you don't want to do something like this where you solve a pair and then solve the diagonally opposite pair. That's not a good habit, but in this case it's fine. So the way I would solve this pair is hide the corner, move the edge over and unhide it, and now it's just a 3-move insert, very simple. The third pair I see is this red-green pair. So the way I'd remove this is I would notice this is one of the cases where the corner is already in a slot and the edge is up here. So when these colors match, I know that R, U prime, R prime will not make the pair. So instead I put this in the back and then I do R, U prime, R prime. So the colors now match like this and I can just shoot that there. Lastly, I have orange and blue. So it's the same color on top with white facing me. So I just have to hide the corner, move the edge over, bring it back. And it's paired. Oh, and a little quick life hack for you here. If you ever get this on your last F2L pair and you notice that it's going to give you a dot case when you insert this, you can actually insert it with a sledgehammer. Of course, if you're a seasoned veteran of the sport, you know this. But yeah, just for those of you that don't know, you can just do a sledgehammer here, which is R prime, F, R, F prime. And that avoids the dot case. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the first solve. Now let's get to the second one. Okay, so here's the second scramble. On this scramble, the cross is way easier. So I can just solve blue next to orange here and then do an L prime to pair red. Red is with orange, so to pair the green with the blue. So it's just R prime, L prime, D, F prime, L prime, D2. And looking for my first pair, I think these two will end up back here after doing all that. So R prime will bring it down, L prime, D, F prime will move it there, L prime. So it's going to be paired back here, but it's not going to be a nice case, so that's fine. So let's do that. R prime, R prime, L prime, D, F prime, L prime, D2. Oh, it is a nice case, never mind, my bad. So yeah, when I get this case, it's very simple. I put the slot it has to go to in the back and just do R prime UR, so it splits them up like that. Insert it, and while doing that, I noticed this pair. So I can quite literally get into this case. As we saw in the last scramble, these colors matched, so the R, U prime, R prime did not pair them. In this case, they don't match. So it will in fact pair them. And then I can just insert that in the back, which is great. Immediately I see this pair because I noticed the orange blue here. So I just remove that and then I just insert it here. And then this is the last case, which is this case with the white on top and this mismatch. So I can put it here, bring this, hide the edge basically, move the corner over to U2, bring it back, and now it's just a 3-move insert. So yeah, pretty simple F2L again. Yeah, that is, I mean, F2L to be fair is not that hard. It's the flow between the F2L pairs that's the hard part. So let's go to the third scramble now. Okay, so this is the third scramble, and here I see, well, not much that's crazy here. So I probably just move the blue over, get the orange down, move the red over, put it in, move the green over, put that in, and move it out. So like 7 moves probably. So it's just going to be D, R prime, U, L2, U, F2, D prime. So then this pair is right here. Also, this is not a cross plus 1 video, which is why I'm not inspecting through the cross into the first pair. But I do have a cross plus 1 video. You should check that out up here. It's a banger, I promise. Anyway, I'm going to go for this pair. So yeah, same color on top. Just hide the corner, move the edge, bring it back. Now I have this pair, but I also notice I have this free pair at the back. And here's a really neat trick that you can do. Instead of just inserting this and then going to pair this and then inserting that, what you can do in this case with these two pairs is you can sledge this in basically. You can use a sledgehammer, but before your last move, you insert this pair and then do the F prime. So that solves both pairs. It's a really cool case. Of course, it's not like insanely new or anything like that. It's a very old trick that most cubers know. But yeah, if you don't know this, it's pretty cool. If you have a pair here and another pair over here, you don't always have to insert one of them and break the other. You can actually sledge one of them in, and it'll cause the other to be, ready to pair. Of course, this doesn't work when you sledge this in, but with the lefty case it would. So in this case, yeah, it's just that to solve both. And then I would solve the red-green into the back here. So it's a white on top case with this matching. So very simply just do that. And then I'd solve the green-orange because since I know the corners in the back, because when the cube was like this, I saw all the yellow corners here and the last yellow here. So the last corner has to be in the back slot. And then I would just solve this into the back. So from the front, this is just double sexy. So you hide the edge, move the corner over, and it sets it up into this. From the back, you can just do that. And then it's a 3-move insert. Very simple. So yeah, that's the third scramble. Again, nothing crazy on that scramble either, but actually there was one crazy thing, which was the multi-slot. So yeah, hopefully that was something new that you learned. On to the next one. Okay, this is the next scramble, and the cross here is very funny because blue and green are already solved and red and orange are yet to be solved. But this pair should be, savable, but I don't think I'm going to spend that much time saving it because that's not the point of this video. But if I had to save it, I would probably do something like, so I would move red and orange like that, kind of. And then I would probably insert orange and move the pair over, insert red, and then do that. Well, actually, let's just go with that. Now, once we do that cross, we have this pair. And this is another neat trick I'm going to show you. So when this pair needs to go into the back slot, it's a very simple insert, but rotating the cube loses you a lot of time. And in this case, of course, this insert is nice because it sets up this pair, but you don't have to rotate the cube. What you can do instead is leave this pair here. When it's going in the back, you can do wide F, R prime, wide F prime. And this is basically the same set of moves, except you're now not rotating the cube and it's that quick. It's that easy. So yeah, I would recommend using that if you don't already. So wide F, R prime, wide F prime to solve the pair into the back. And that actually still sets up this pair just the same. So it's just that. And then I see this pair next. And of course, this pair is also going to be a really nice case once that's done. So this pair, it's very simple. You have a mismatch on top, so that's very nice. You can hide the corner, move the edge, bring it back. And that's 3 moves. And then this is the exact same case with the left. So hide the corner, move the edge, bring it back. And then 3 moves. So yeah, this was a really neat scramble actually. I enjoyed this scramble a lot. But yeah, that's all for this scramble. Let's move to the last scramble of this video. Alright, this is the last scramble, and here I see that I have red here. Blue can go in with 1 move. There's not much else. I'd probably do something like R prime F, U L2, D prime L prime to solve this thing. Of course, there's this pair to save, but it's fine. I'm not too worried about that pair. I feel like this pair is going to be set up well anyway. So let's see. So I'm going to do R prime F, U L2, D prime L prime. So this pair actually was not set up greatly because the corner is now over here. But the cool thing about this case is that when I go to solve the pair that I did see, which is the white, red, blue, and this, I'm actually going to create this pair. So it's going to pair both. And in this case, I probably just recommend rotating this way. So you solve both the back slots. This is a tip that you should keep in mind so you can look ahead better. So I'll probably solve this into that slot and then solve this into that slot with a U2 so that I can make this pair. And again, here you can do something cool because while inserting this, it's chill, like you can just go to this pair, but there's something cooler you can do, which is, yep, you guessed it, pair both of them. So instead, I would pair this first because this still preserves this. And then, do you remember this case? Yep, we saw it on Scramble 2 or 3, I don't remember. But yeah, this is that case where you do a sledge for this and then insert that. So I'm actually kind of glad we got a variety of different cases in this video. 5 solves, but a lot of concepts to learn. Yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want a part 2 of this walkthrough solve kind of series. I'm very happy to do that. And stay tuned for the 800 subscriber special. That should be coming out this week as well. Alright, I'll see you in the next one then. Take care and peace.